it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts, UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I am going to be making a card using the Bloom by Bloom stamp set. This comes with designer series paper, which if I could remember what it was called would be good. Let me find it. I say it comes with you. It's part of a suite which is called Happiness Blooms. You'd like to think I'd remember these things. On page 24 of the Spring Summer catalogue. It's very Scandinavian in style, so it's those sort of block patterns. And it comes with matching enamel dots, which are in Call Me Clover, Calypso Coral, Lovely Lipstick, Night of Navy, and Pineapple Punch. So I thought I would have a go at doing lots of embossing. I seem to be going through a phase of doing heat embossing. Of course, I've just realised that it comes with all those lovely coloured dots, so I might as well get them out because I'm going to be using some of the colours that are in the dots for my final project. So I started with looking at what would happen if we did metallic on dark cardstock. So this is Merry Merlot, and we've got copper, gold and silver. And then I thought what would happen if we did the same colours but on a bright background. So this is Lemon Lime Twist with the same coloured embossing powder. And then I suddenly remembered that, of course, I've got the 2018-2020 in colour embossing powders, so I thought I'd have a go at doing it with those, and I came up with this. So we've got Lovely Lipstick and Blueberry Bushel as the card, and then Call Me Clover, Grapefruit Grove and Pineapple Punch as the colours. And I'm just wondering whether any of these dots will work on top. I'm not sure. No, I don't know they add anything actually, although they're very nice. I'm not sure they add anything. So I thought I would show you how I did this. It takes a wee bit of time, and as you know, I don't do any of this editing or speeding up malarkey. You get to see it as it is, and you get to see it warts and all. So, eyes down for a full house. I have a piece of Blueberry Bushel cardstock ready to go. This is cut at my usual starting mat of 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. As ever, all the measurements will be in the associated blog post, and there's a link to that in the description bar below if you're catching this on YouTube. First things first, embossing buddy, and don't skimp. We are using a darker cardstock, and dark cardstock tends to be one of those things that picks up lots of fingerprints and that sort of thing, so don't skimp. The other thing I would say is that when you're using a really solid block stamp, make sure your ink pad is good and juicy, and remember that we do sell the re-inker for the Versamark, so there is no excuse for not having a juicy Versamark. So I've already mounted up some of my stamps, and I'm going to ink them up well and pop it down. Now, if you need an piercing mat to get a good impression, then please do use one. I've got a whole wodge of the what's the word I'm looking for? Grid paper, that's the word I'm looking for. So I should be okay, but you know, sometimes you do, and I've got 2 stamps on this particular block. So that is, and I've jumped the embossing buddy, so that's probably not going to pick up embossing powder, but that's fine because fortunately we've got 2 sides. So I'll just brush that off, and as if by magic we've got an emergency side. So let's try that again, and maybe not put quite so much embossing buddy on, and do a bit more of a sort of sweep and a little less of a pounce, but just make sure you've got it well and truly covered. So let's try that again. Someone did say on one of the comments recently that they do like the fact that I go wrong occasionally, because it shows that everybody can go wrong and you can still sort it out, which is kind of the point of doing these as live unedited. I'm not sure that's brilliantly stamped, but never mind. So let's bring in a piece of scratch paper and the Call Me Clover embossing powder and see how well we stamped. Actually, not badly. Yay. Okay, so now for speed, I am not going to emboss as we go. I'm going to do it all in one go at the end. If you're concerned about mixing your embossing powders at all, then emboss as you go, but just be aware that by doing so you could overheat the first embossing powder that you use, and that's not actually a very nice look. But I'm going to do it all at the end because I'm just, you know, living dangerously. So ink up our large flower and pop that there. And don't actually need that one on the table anymore. And then ink up the smaller flower and pop that one down there. And then I'm going to grab my Grapefruit Grove and be brave. Now I am going to try and be reasonably precise about where I put the embossing powder so it's less likely to cross-pollinate. That's fine. And just clear this away. Make sure that is clean before I bring it back, because that's where most of your embossing powder is going to end up catching, if it's going to catch anywhere. And then finally, oh, and I just noticed I've got a little bit of embossing powder where I don't want it, so nice dry brush will deal with that. And then finally I've got the dots, which I'm just going to kind of put somewhere. It's not really vital where they go. They're just a bit of a sort of an addition, really. I just thought it would be fun to add them. So I am, because I can, as they say. I'll just pop a few more there. Right, and then let's cover that up because I don't need it anymore. Then Pineapple Punch, which is incredibly bright as embossing powder. It does calm down a wee bit when you melt it, but it is incredibly bright as embossing powder. I don't know why I'm putting the lid on because I need to clear away. So, okay, let us clear this away. And then, don't actually need the scratch paper anymore, so let's get rid of that. What I do need is my trusty cheese board, just so that we've got something to back everything with. Actually, we'll move the clip a bit because it's not quite where I need it. Move the clip, turn over. Right. Okay. So heat up your heat tool before you start, and I would make sure you've had it heated up for a good 30 seconds or so. So I just noticed there's some embossing powder on the edge there. And then come in and watch the magic happen. Sorry about the noise. This is the moment for you to turn the volume down. I could watch this all day. Oh, love it. I think I've caught it all. Yep. Okay, so there we have our beautifully heat embossed piece. Waft it, because it will be liquid. Now, if you wonder why I keep saying it might be liquid, if you didn't catch my video yesterday, which was a kind of top tip / technique video, you may want to go back and have another look, because it's another way of using your embossing powder. Lovely lipstick. This is half a sheet of... I've just realised it matches my nail varnish all the other way around. Half a sheet of lovely lipstick scored down the middle. So yes, yesterday I showed you how to make heat embossed seals. So layering up lots of heat embossing until it's molten, and then putting your red rubber, please don't use your clear stamps because I'm not sure they will survive, but then stamping your red rubber into the molten embossing powder to make a seal. Now I don't normally use that much glue, but because we've got heat embossing going on, the paper has warped a little, so it's easier to get it flat if you put lots of adhesive on the back. What I would suggest is at this point you put it with something heavy over the top to make sure it really is flat, but obviously for speed I will just turn it over, but there we go. It's not bad. And get a straight would have been good, but hey. So there we go. So we've got the two with the in colours, and then these two with the metallics on different coloured cardstock. I would say I overheated the gold on the lemon lime twist. I don't know if you can see that, but it's gone matte, whereas this one I didn't. Don't know why I managed to overheat that, but I did. But there we are. So yes, if you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more heat embossing techniques, do please go and have a look at yesterday's video, which today is the 10th, so it'll be the video for the 9th of April, and associated blog post, which will show you how to do multi-layer embossing. Someone did ask me whether or not the stamp comes clean when you've taken it out of the embossing, the liquid embossing. Yes, but do make sure you've inked it up first, and I do say that in the video. It comes out without any problem at all. It's actually, that's how rubber stamps are made, is in a mould where they then have to be released out, so they are used to being hot. So, thank you very much indeed for watching. If you need any of the products that I've used, or indeed anything else, please do hop over to my online store. There's a link to that below and over on my blog posts and my website generally. When you do shop... When you shop with me, please use the hostess code, and then you will get to share in the host rewards. The reward for last month is due. I'm hoping the delivery will come either today or tomorrow. I'm then away for the weekend because we've got our big convention, so I'll be away from very early on Friday morning until effectively Sunday morning. So I'm hoping it will arrive before I go, and then I can get it out next week. So, thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!